Today's episode is proudly sponsored by Hellbender Vinyl. For those of you that don't know, Hellbender is a vinyl record pressing plant located right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, doing high quality, professional, top of the line record pressing, baby. We finally got one here. There aren't very many in the world, let alone the country, and to have one right under our nose is an insane resource. So if you are a musician looking to get some stuff pressed to wax, I highly, highly recommend checking out the folks over at Hellbender. Tell them Sykes sent you. I've always wanted to say that. Without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Sit back, relax, and let's start the beats. Been here before.
I have.
You know how this goes.
Yep.
There's no proper introduction. There's no questions or anything like that. We're just gonna rip roar.
Yep.
It's a Friday.
It is a Friday.
I normally don't record on Fridays. I also haven't recorded an episode in probably close to 2 months. I told you that before we started recording. But for anybody watching this, might be like, well, there's episodes every week, and it's like, yeah, well, I record a bunch at once, and then I forget how all of my equipment works. So I just had to remember how to set everything up here. But I appreciate you being here today on this Friday in the middle of a work day for me.
Yeah. What? So is that why you don't record on Fridays? Also, I do appreciate you having me.
Of course. No, I mean, that's the thing is I ran out of episodes. I was like, shit, I got to get somebody in here. And you just happened to hit me up. I was like, perfect. Kind of just like slid on in. But no, I think generally I don't record on Fridays because, you know, we work in showbiz. So usually on Fridays I'm either trying to be playing a set somewhere or going to see somebody play, you know, just trying to be out and about.
Yeah.
But not tonight. Well, it's only 4:00 in the afternoon. So technically, if I wanted to go to a show tonight, I could. But I'm not going to because I have to work. I got to make some money. So we're just going to be doing that. And that's okay.
What are you going to do?
Drive.
Hell yeah.
Or Lyft.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just, you know, the past few months have been very just kind of chaotic for me behind the scenes, you know, in terms of just like all of the logistics of being an adult.
Yeah.
And keeping things together and trying to do all of this cool creative shit. You know, there's a lot less. I haven't been very creative lately. You know, I've been playing shows, but like behind the scenes, it's just, I just don't fucking have time to like be doing fucking podcasts or recording music, writing music a little bit, but not nearly as much as I would like to.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just, it's a reality, you know, of how it goes sometimes.
Yep. It is how it goes.
It's not all, I don't know. It's the thing that is the question that people always ask me the most is like, I don't understand how you do so much. And it's just like, dog, I don't. Like, I'm not doing anything. There's like a lot of things that I have done, but like at least actively in the moment, I feel like I'm not doing anything. I feel very separated from myself as a human being.
Yeah, when I'm not creating,
you're my guest. I don't know why the fuck I'm like trauma dumping on you.
It's right okay. Now. Yeah, I feel the same way, man. I've been trying to like work on time management a lot, man. You know, it's hard to do when you do have these other responsibilities or obligations that like will actually ruin your life if you don't, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to pay your bills. You got to like make sure your self-care is in check too. Like, I think last conversation you were like talking about how like sometimes you just want to sit down and watch a movie, you know? Sometimes that's okay. You know?
Yeah. Been like trying to definitely, I don't know. It's such a spider web of shit to get into, right? There's like so many talking points that just splutter off from this. But I think what it really all boils down to is that I think that like I could just publicly state that I am burnt out 100%. And like, That's not like a unique thing by any means, but like I am just cooked, bro. Like I am fucking spent on doing all this shit. And I just feel very like jaded and grumpy. I know it's a temporary feeling that'll pass, and I'm trying to be hyper aware of that and not let it change my DNA or rot my soul, because all I got is this shit. But right now, I just am fucking spent.
Yeah. What are you gonna do to I don't know, what are you gonna do to like self-care wise to make it so you're not as burnout or spent?
I don't know. I mean,
Gotta get more wax for the for the candle,
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of going back to like my personal shit. Like I have to move. Like I have to move a lot of things. On the record, off the record, this space included. Like all of this stuff is going bye-bye. Everything. And like hard reset on my life. I have to do it. It's not an option.
Yeah.
So like it's really hard to even think about what the self-care space is going to be yet, because like I don't know like where I'm going to be or how I'm going to pivot all this stuff. And I'm looking into shit. I'm trying to figure out the solutions, but right now nothing's locked in place. So it's just very like up in the air. Like, where am I going to record the podcast? Where am I going to record music? Where am I going to sleep? Dog, like I'll figure out something, but figuring out something for everything, it's just a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of shit on the stove.
It might be a smaller space, but I could have a space for you at Studio 4. They're looking to pivot, and they're looking to like get creatives involved. So I don't know if you've ever been there.
No, I don't even know what that is.
Campaigns. He does a bunch of like sculptures and painting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's moving to Boston, and his partner, who is also my partner, and I run a comedy show out of there. His name's Noah. He's looking to like try to get creatives to like fill the space and stuff like that. There's a really big upstairs. It's a gallery downstairs. Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Well, anyways, dude, enough of my shit. I'm just, what have you been up to?
So last time we saw each other was like pretty much Millville Music Festival, which both your shows were fantastic.
Thank you. It's really Thanks, man.
Also, Leo was on point for drums, dude. It was insane. At the Millville or at the Mr. Small show.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. So good.
Hell yeah. Thanks, man.
Like all the stops and stuff. You guys seemed well versed and well practiced. Yeah, it was great. But before that, we talked for the Winter Wonder Ball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you enjoy it?
It was a lot of fun. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, man. I ain't been doing too good. I definitely hit the bottle a little bit too hard that night, and I was just thinking about it because I was like, that's the last time I saw you, like outside of Millville, and I was like, I don't even fucking remember that night.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah,
it was.
I've been there.
I mean, I had fun.
Yeah,
I think, but I just remember by the end of the night being like fucking cooked.
Yeah,
again, and it's just like, ugh. I don't have to be so transparent all the time. No. I could just be like, yo, it was dope.
No, I think people appreciate it more.
Yeah, I'm just like, not, I mean, I'm not in like a bad space. I think that would be like dramatic. I don't want to over dramatize everything. It's just like a lot has been going on. And I think that especially in that time frame, I was very much in like I'm going to ignore my reality. And I've definitely moved past that. Now I'm kind of like, okay, we got to fix shit, and we can't keep just getting fucked up every night and blowing stuff off. And that's where now we're kind of like accepting some of these harder realities of things that I'm going to need to do, sacrifices that I'm going to have to make, things I'm going to have to pivot just to like downsize the scale of everything that I'm doing, because it is like 1,000,000,000% unsustainable for me to like continue to do every single thing that I'm doing now the way that I'm doing it. It's impossible. So
yeah, I think the term acceptance is the hardest thing to work through, or just wrap your head around it. It's just I don't know, man. It's like, it seems so simple, but it gets harder and harder as the days go by. I know that like, especially when I was like drinking a bunch, I would just ignore everything, dude. Yeah, that's all that mattered was, am I just moving forward with this a little bit, or am I just going to ignore it and maybe be a little bit happier that I'm not as stressed out, ignoring it.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a weird feeling, weird ways to navigate things.
Yeah, it's just been like I've been in like I don't know. I mean, it's just like I've been like doing so much shit over the past like 5 years. It feels like a blur.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like everything's happening so fast. I don't even like have the time to really like stop and reflect on shit. There's been like people that like I will see at a show. They're like, "Yo, it's good to see you again." And I'm like, I don't even fucking know who the hell this person is. And it's somebody that's been on the podcast.
Yeah.
Shit like that. And I'm just like, fuck, I feel awful. But like,
Yeah.
I don't like listen to these after I put them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just like line the audio up with the video, upload it, move on with my fucking life,
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not to like, and like sometimes it's just like, I just don't know. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I forget shit. I can't keep up. And I don't like that, that's kind of like, but like, I also don't want to stop doing anything that I'm doing.
Because it makes you happy, right?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Happiness. I feel like I'm like, I have some obligation to myself to like do the shit. And I feel like if I don't do it or if I don't accomplish it, it like, I have no value for myself without my accomplishments, without my tasks.
Yeah. I feel the same way. It's almost like this is my purpose.
Yeah.
And if I'm not doing what my purpose is, then I start spiraling a little bit, Yeah.
Yeah. And I am just kind of like, yeah, again, I'm just burnout. But it's like a really like inconvenient time for that because it's like, just put out a record and like, I got like stuff going on and like it's all cool. It's all that stuff's cool. Like, but like behind the scenes, and I guess right now, because I'm being fucking public as hell about this, I'm just like,
yeah. But I mean, you have a lot of people in your corner. Obviously, people listen to you on the podcast, Grey Walker, Normal Creatures, like everything like that. I mean, like there's people that are there to support you. It's just whether or not you want to relay that hand that's reaching out,
Yeah, no, and I know, again, like I said, it's like things aren't bad. I'm just like tired.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just very much, there's a lot of uncertainty right now. And I think like once I get like some of my logistic shit figured out, it'll be obviously a lot more comfortable to understand how I'm going to move forward with everything. Like once I know like where I'm going to be living and shit like that. And right now it's just like, I have no idea. I have a plan that I'm hoping works out, but it's like the ball's in other people's courts now for them to kind of just, approve things or do this or that, it's just like, whatever. But, I feel like this was I don't know, this thing that's like a natural cycle, not to romanticize it in any way, but just kind of like the creative artist / entrepreneur, do it yourself type lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna hit a brick wall every once in a while.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, I'm just like face planted really hard, probably like, but like the end of last year. And now I'm just kind of like trying to pick myself back up. Even with everything else that's been going on, it's like most of that stuff, like releasing an album and shit like that. It's like a lot of that stuff was already done before I kind of hit the wall.
Yeah.
It just was, you take that time to like get it released and all of this stuff, and like for a while, like I was like doing some solo music and I was putting out a song every month. And it was like, it felt like, wow, like I'm productive. I'm putting out a song every month. But all of those songs had been done since last year.
Yeah.
I was just sitting on them.
Yeah.
And then I ran out of songs. So I was like, I'm going to do a song like one song a month for the whole year. And then I got up to this month and I haven't had time to write anything or do anything. So that's it.
Yeah.
You know, the 6 songs that were done last year are out. That's it.
Yeah.
But that's like, oh, I'll find the time. It'll happen. It just never fucking happened.
Yeah. Yeah. That stuff gets in the way. It's okay though. Yeah, I've been like trying to figure that out also. I've been doing a song a month, but I've been writing and recording since the last time I saw you at Winter Wonderball, a song a week. So I'm on week 29 right now. So at the bare minimum, that's 29 songs, and that's 2 years of content. But I'm also like trying to like, I've been sitting on one album with my full band, and then I have the one that's coming out next week. It's one half of an album. So I decided to like do it. The full album will be called Tidal Waves and Wildfires. But I'm releasing Tidal Waves first and then Wildfires at the end of the year. And then I'll do like a director's cut kind of thing. But like I wouldn't have had that had I not like tried to push myself and do a song a week, which is insanely hard. There's like multiple weeks where I have writer's block and I'm in the parking lot an hour or two before I go in trying to finish the song.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's been difficult, but I'm actually like finally proud of myself for once. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. There's a big lack of self-care and self-love for a long time. Yeah. But first time ever, I'm like, I like all of these songs, you know?
That rules. Hell yeah.
That does roll. Like it's incredible, to be honest. I wish I did that sooner, but maybe I wouldn't have gotten all the stuff out of it that I needed. Maybe I needed to experience everything else before I could have, you know?
Yeah. You know, like the thing that's cool about art that you make, at least like how I view like anything that I've done in the past, is like they're really interesting, just like, you know, nugget like time capsules of like where I was at that point in time in my life and like what I was influenced by, what I had access to like creatively, where I was from like a skill level perspective, because I've always like recorded and produced most of my own stuff as well. So it's fun to look back on that stuff and like, but a lot of it comes from like a headspace that like I don't miss being in too, you know? And it's really interesting now because like that Normal Creatures record that we just put out, like we had written all those songs like 2 years ago. And then just the time that it took to get everything recorded, you know, we got like, I mean, cause like we wrote all those songs before like Leo was even in the band. So he had to learn the songs.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, how long it takes if you're working with like a full band. It's just a lot of energy. But now it's like we're starting to work on new material. You know, we have a couple ideas for some new, like fully flushed out instrumentals, and like lyrically, I'm like, I don't even know what to say or what to talk about right now. You know, my brain is kind of like I'm going through, I don't know, it just feels like it's like a like noise, you know, and like anytime I think about stuff that I want to talk about, it's like, well, I've already written a song about that. Not that anybody else probably would ever notice that or anything. It's just like, I would love to be able to like get back into a space where I could just like create more regularly. And I think that that's something that I'm hoping to do by downsizing. By like, cause like right now, you know, like all of my studio equipment is on the other side of these cameras, you know, and it's been in this room I haven't lived in the same space that my studio was in for probably 4 years. And like, I think I used to really romanticize the idea of like having a dedicated space to go to work on music. But after 4 years, I've come to find that I actually got a lot more done when I was forced to look at it all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's a negativity to like feeling forced to create because it's always there. And it's kind of nice to be able to shut this door and leave and not have to think about it. But it's way too easy to not come. It's like the gym or something, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So it's like, I kind of want to like make my life a little bit more like metaphorically claustrophobic and like force myself to be around all this stuff again and downsize to a point that like all I have space for, like logistically, like actual physical space, and mentally all I have space for is the stuff that I need to prioritize.
Yeah, that's
You
good.
know, like the stuff that I actually want to do, which would be like normal creatures.
Yeah.
And that's probably it. Honestly, no shade to anything else, but that's like all I care about. Right now.
Why is that? No other projects? You just care about that one the most?
I think that I care about, well, normal creatures is like my thing, so there is certainly like a control feature to it, you know. But with like something like Greywalker, like I'm not a songwriter in Greywalker. You know, I could be like an opinion giver and be like, oh, like, hey, maybe we should make something longer, make it shorter, swap parts, you know, make little ideas. But really, at the end of the day, it's more up to them what happens musically. And I kind of have to wait for them to finish writing something before I can contribute anything lyrically. You know, so like from a performance perspective, it's a blast being in that band. And from a social perspective, it's a blast because we have a lot of friends in that scene and I love being a part of that community. But creatively, it fulfills little to nothing for me. Just because of the nature of how it works. You know, I just come in and write words after they've written the song. Which, I mean, there's value in that, but it's not like with normal creatures where like I am like really starting a whole idea from the ground up, you know, musically, rhythm, chord, melody, everything, you know, and I kind of get to like do what I really want to do 100%. Because even with something like Greywalker, like there's compromises that I make in terms of like, oh, like I don't like the way this part sounds or what we're doing, but everybody else is on board with it. And I'm just like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. You know, like it's very democratic. Whereas like with normal creatures, it's very much just like, we're going to do this 100% my way. And like, everybody's kind of cool with that.
Yeah.
But I'm always like open to ideas, of course.
Yeah.
So that's a very long answer to your question.
Yeah, I understand it. Yeah, it's perfect, man. I think having your own thing, especially in a creative outlet, is important, you know?
Well, the thing that's cool too about normal creatures, actually, because like I feel like I need to like give everybody else in the band their proper flowers because like I've done like I have like solo music that I do. And even that is 100% me from top to bottom. And that's not even as creatively fulfilling as normal creatures is, because like there is stuff that the other members of that band bring to the table that I couldn't do, that I would never think of. And like they add a lot to like my ideas. Whereas like say like maybe I bring an idea to Greywalker. It might be harder for that to get like actualized into reality. But like with normal creatures, it's a lot easier to be like, hey, I'm like kind of hearing this thing. And it seems to always kind of work out and come to like something that I like enjoy more. I feel like I could like, it's easier for me to like conduct other people in that environment versus like the Greywalker environment.
Yeah.
But that's not to like, there's like no negativity towards the Greywalker space. It's just a different writing style and a different thing.
Yeah. It's like because I hear stuff in my head too, where it's like the closest part to perfection that you can get is kind of what I'm interpreting it as, because like it's all in your head and you want to put this out, but if you don't get that chance, it's like you're not as like it doesn't sit as well.
Yeah, I don't know if I would call it like, I don't think it's chasing perfection. I think for me, when I'm trying to put together a song, I want to be able to like go through like a whole movement of a composition from start to finish without feeling like a speed bump
Mhm.
or something that like takes me off course or something that makes me go like, like just like it just needs to like all flow and make sense to me. And that's like a very ambiguous sort of way to put it, because what makes a song flow and feel right can be very different from song to song. It just depends on that unique piece of music that you're talking about, that
Mhm.
song. And like, with Normal Creatures, it could be a lot easier for me to kind of shape the song to a point where it's like, I love this front to back. Whereas like, I feel like I'm really dragging Grey Walker today and I feel bad about that. But I'm not, it's just like, again, just being horribly transparent. We don't really have, it's more likely for a Grey Walker song to have parts here and there where like I'm feeling that speed bump, or I'm feeling like this isn't 100% like if I had total control what I would do.
Mhm.
But that's not my role in the band. You know what I mean? Like I am not the primary songwriter in that band. And I have enough trust and faith in my bandmates that if they're making a call on a part, then, it's their song. And it's not like it's bad. It's just a difference of opinion,
Mhm.
because there's a lot of things that I like outside of what I make creatively, like things that I consume that I enjoy that other people don't like. And I'm,
Yeah.
vice. So it's like, it's when you're talking about art, there's a lot of nuance that really just comes down to like personal taste.
Yeah.
And I think that's usually the issue. And a lot of what I'm talking about here is like personal taste,
Mhm.
not necessarily in terms of like things being like objectively good or objectively bad. It's
Yeah.
just like creatively, like not what I would do.
Yeah. Yeah, I respect that, man, a whole lot. Anybody that doesn't, probably shouldn't be, I don't know, giving their opinion, you know?
Well, I think too, I think it's a matter of like really dropping the ego
Mhm.
in like, again, like having that faith in your bandmates and trusting their ideas, and like everything doesn't have to be perfect. Everything, it's not that serious, like it's just music. It means everything to me, but it's not that serious. If you make it that serious, then you kind of like ruin the magic of it.
Yeah,
There's a
you forget what you were in it for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't want to be like trying to approach songwriting from this very like algorithmic, like this song needs to have parts like this because it's this type of a song, like there's no, so I don't know if I'm coming off like that. That's not it at all. It really
Mhm.
is all about like the feel,
Mhm.
like just like closing your eyes, listening to what's going on, and like, does this feel right? Do these movements feel right? Um, and that's like really important for me when putting together songs, is just like the general energy of that piece. And I'm not even worried about like, does this song fit in with our other songs? Fuck that. Like, what's the story that this 3 minutes is telling,
Yeah.
or
I
4 minutes, or however fucking long it is?
Yeah, I relate to that pretty hard. Yeah, I go off feel more than anything, because a lot of the times, like especially in social media and like even just society nowadays, we're all numbing ourselves and trying to just get away from any other feeling other than like I guess happiness. I don't know, but there's so many other feelings, and like when I'm going off of a feel of a song, when I am doing that, I'm trying to make sure that other people feel something other than just ignoring everything else, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like I try to think about how I react to music that I really enjoy as a listener when I am writing. Like what is it about, like say you hear a song for the first time, and there's like sometimes I'll hear a song for the first time that's so fucking good that I need to listen to it like again, maybe 2 or 3 times in a row.
Mhm.
And like I'm not even thinking about it. There's like this like, it's just like I just need to hear this again. And then maybe I start to like think about like, okay, why am I listening to this? Like I'm excited about either like maybe it's just a really catchy song, or maybe it's like this production sounds crazy, these drums are awesome, or that guitar sounds great, or wow, this vocal performance is amazing, and like those things that get me excited about hearing a song for the first time. It's like, how can I be aware of that when I'm writing, in terms of, paying attention to the feelings that I'm having when I am putting a song together. And I think a lot of that has to come from like working quick, not so quick that you're not like putting any care into what you're doing. But I find that sometimes it's so easy to like overwork the dough if like you start like rewriting parts or restructuring sections too much, and it's just like you're losing that like immediate feeling. The whole concept of like art. I feel like there's like a lot of the time, like your first idea is your best idea. Whatever sparked the inspiration to make you want to start putting pen to paper or music to whatever, like that's probably that inspiration is what you need to go off of.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you start taking that and molding it and reshaping it, and like you can get to a point where it's like you've done too much. You've like ruined that original idea. I find that like with me. And sometimes with like bandmates like working on songs, it's like we get together initial idea for a song really quickly. And I'm like, this is fucking sick. This is great. And then 2 months later, it's like now all these little parts have been reworked. The chord structure is a little bit different, and maybe musically it's a little bit more interesting, but now the feeling's gone for me.
Yeah.
It all feels like too manicured, too polished, and it's like losing that like human element,
Mm-hmm.
There's kind of like a I think like there's a simplicity that all like good music requires, that I think sometimes if you like are too into like the artistry of trying to like write a perfect composition, that you can kind of ruin if you try to make it too technical or too musical. For me, I don't know, it just becomes unlistenable if it passes a certain threshold.
Yeah, I definitely can relate. I can also relate to that in recording too. I was at a point maybe like 7 years ago where when I went to the studio to record, I would obsess on like the way I'm saying certain things. And
Sure,
yeah. And instead of knocking out 4 to 6 songs in 6 hours, I didn't even complete one the way I wanted it. And I leave spending a bunch of money with one song that I fucking hate now, It's always like because I was trying to over polish it and not move forward. So nowadays, like I'll go to the studio and I'll do like 3 or 4 takes, and I tell myself I have to be happy with that.
Yeah, I think that I think it's so easy. It was easy for me for a long time to really, I don't know. Okay, so I think this is what happened with me. When I first started recording music, and recording my own vocals, I didn't know what was like good or bad. I didn't care. I was just hungry to record. So I would just record shit, and it was cool, and people seemed to like it, and it was fine. And then over time, once I started learning about like proper techniques, or started getting influenced by new things that I was hearing, I ended up developing a distaste for my voice, or like, and thinking that things could be better in some way and not being happy. And then ending up with all of these very sterile recordings that didn't sound like me at all. It was like I was like working overtime to make myself sound like a robot version of me versus just being me, and like that's like your most important asset. It's like the human voice is one of the most unique instruments in the world because they all sound different.
Yeah.
Your voice is your voice. And to like hate it, I mean, I could get that, but it's like I've just kind of over time have come to terms with like, hey, this is how I sound.
Yeah.
Maybe in my head I wish I sounded a little bit more like this or a little bit less that, but it's just me. And I feel like the best vocal performances I've ever done are the ones where it's just like I just go in and just go.
Yeah.
A lot of the times I've noticed like I'll do like a lot of demo recordings, and like some of like the demo recordings that I do where it's just like I'm not even in the mindset of like, oh, I'm recording an album. I'm just laying this down just so I can listen to it and get an idea of how it sounds like.
Yeah.
I end up liking those takes more than the studio takes.
Yep.
Because I'm just like, I'm turned off from the hyper analysis.
Yeah.
And it is actually just rawly me. It is like me in my most natural, comfortable state.
Mm-hmm. That's why I like live shows, I think, a little bit more too. Like it's almost like lightning in a bottle. Like you have all this energy and stuff. You have to like commit to whatever it is as you are on stage, but you don't have all these extra like plugins and presets that are going to be on your voice. I mean, maybe some people do. I don't know how to do that. So it has to be raw for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have all this extra studio stuff. You don't have like a Avalon interface to like feed like compression in and then bring your voice in after that. You know what I'm saying? Like
totally.
it just has to be as naked as possible, which is pretty sick in my opinion. You know,
I remember when I was like way back in the day, in like 1942, when I was doing a lot of solo hip hop shows because I'm like 84 years old.
1942.
People
during the Great Depression.
Yeah. No, I mean, a comment that I had gotten from people was like, I wish that you could I wish that like talking like it's like I like your stuff. I wish that you could like capture your live energy like in a studio setting.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot too.
And it's just like, yeah, I mean, it's like I agree, but I don't know how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's the problem is like a recording studio can be like cool, but it never feels like it always feels weird, like screaming your ass off in a recording studio setting. It never feels right because it's so controlled. You know what I mean? Like if you're in front of a really nice microphone and you want to get a good take, you know, and it's hard to kind of like really let loose.
Yeah.
You know, I know there's definitely a lot of heavy bands and people that will record studio vocals handheld.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say is like there's something different between this and like a folder, like the sound folder and then the pop filter and then holding something.
Yeah.
There's like a rawness.
Like you can get sometimes for some styles of music you can get away with that. You know, it varies from project to project for sure. But man, you know, like the creative, I really love creating stuff and being able to write things and just make cool songs and play shows and like put a lot of time and effort into trying to like do it right, you know, but it like going back to everything, it's just like burned out in some way, you know, like after we did that Normal Creatures album release show, like, which was just, you know, at the end of last month, it was like, it felt like such a weight off my shoulders. I was like, I'm so happy that we did this, but I'm so fucking happy that this is over with right now. Cause I just want to like not have to think about this for like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
You know, I was very thankful. A lot of people were like, it sounded really good. Guys are really tight, blah, 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 blah. I mean, we rehearsed our asses off for it. But it's just like, it's interesting how like, it's really hard to like stay on top of it, to always be rehearsing, to always be writing, to always be recording. And then we're not even getting into like marketing, promoting, content creation. It's like, it's so much. And like, it's cool when like you get good feedback and shit like that. That always feels great. But like the amount of work that you have to do to just get like a few thumbs up from people is like, fuck. Like, how sustainable is this? How long can I keep, you know, staying up till 4:00 in the morning working on shit, just trying to like get my stuff out there?
Yeah. It's
and it's so hard to like justify letting yourself take any sort of a break when you're like saying like at the bottom feels dramatic, but sometimes, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, I'm not in a position where I've like made it by any means. I also don't have anybody else to like really help me with marketing or management stuff. It's all me.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it feels like taking any amount of time off is like it's like a crazy expense.
Yeah, it's detrimental.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the same boat as you. I have Julian, he'll help me like film stuff, but yeah, marketing, booking, you know what I'm saying? Like everything has to be me. Otherwise, like I don't know. It might get done, but I don't know if it'll move forward like the way I want. And sometimes it doesn't move forward the way I want. Like I'm in the same spot that you were a few weeks ago, and I'm trying to plan a release show and stuff like that. And I can't wait for that weight to be off of me. You know, it is very hard to do.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many moving pieces, and like again, like the it's like I hate to sound like a whiner about it, because it's like, I asked for this. This is like
Mhm.
what I want to be doing, but like when you're like in the middle of it, sometimes it's just like it's so much, even down to like fucking like tomorrow's Northside Music Festival.
Mhm. Today
Did-
too.
Today too.
Yeah, I'm on main stage at 8.
Oh, tonight.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Fuck. Let's see. I God, there's so many. I feel so removed because all I've been doing is just like fucking like keeping to myself and
Yeah.
working and shit. I don't even know what the fuck's going on. Like I know that we're playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I wish it was just like a simple situation, but it's not. Like I was telling you, like we're playing our friend's yard.
Mhm.
I gotta build some type of a fucking drum riser for us, and like we have to bring the PA. It's like all of this, like I get myself into a lot of situations where it's like you got to do like all of this extra curricular stuff just to make it happen.
Yeah, dude.
And it's like, I mean, I'm happy to be doing it, but I'm like, fuck, like, can I just play like a show that I'm not fucking booking, or that, something, I don't know. I feel like I'm just bitching, but you know what I mean? Like
I get you,
the
dude.
weight
Yeah.
of it, it's just so much.
I get you. But when you do have those shows, you're like, I just get to do lyrics and vocals. Oh, so sick. You know, when you don't have to bring the PA, that's like a huge thing. Like, because I used to have a PA and stuff like that, and then a mix board and everything, but then one of them broke, and so I'll have to go rent from In Stuff.
Oh yeah.
Which they're great. They have really good prices to rent and like stuff like that. But then I have to take the trip out there, pay the money that I don't have, go do the show, make no money, bring it back. It's like, yeah, it's all a process. It's just like all extra stuff that like, I don't know. Sometimes you don't want to worry about,
Yeah. It's just like in the middle of like, it's just so much. Like, I think that it's, unless like you're in it and doing this, I think it's really hard for people to like even grasp like how much you do when
Mhm.
you're trying to do this. And I have a hard time sometimes if I'm in like a normie situation around like maybe like friends of friends or family, and like somebody wants to ask me about like what I do and starts like getting into the nitty gritty of that. It's like I don't even know how to begin explaining this in a way that's not gonna take 6 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then like,
because then
it's
you have to
like,
explain all the emotions that come with it
well,
too.
that's the thing too, is because like for a lot of people, it's quantified in like, oh, well, like how much do you make doing that?
I'm in debt, buddy.
There's no like understanding of like doing something because you feel like you need to do it.
Yeah. Like it's a
there isn't-
half to do.
Yeah, there isn't like it's not purely for the sake of like monetary gain.
Mhm.
And we could say that it is maybe metaphorically detrimental to our like survival.
Mhm.
Right? I mean, it's not. I mean, but we could be poetic and say some shit like that. But I think that it's really hard for a lot of people, maybe even some people that are like artists, that to like get like how much you really got to put into this to like get like such a small amount out, like
Mhm.
how much you got to squeeze that fruit to get the smallest drop of juice out, or whatever metaphor you want to use.
Yeah, you'll have a bucket of lemons before you even get half the glass.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's yeah, I yeah, just in like a really weird, indifferent sort of headspace recently with all of this stuff, because I'm not I I want to keep doing everything that I'm doing, but like the value of time and like my energy is feeling a lot different now
Mhm.
than it has over the past few years. My reality has shifted, my resources have shifted. Um and like what I have, like the amount of time that I have and energy to put into everything is changing. I'm not 25 anymore,
Mhm.
and age doesn't really have anything to do with it, but I just don't.
Responsibility does.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the priorities are shifting for me. So trying to figure out how do I keep doing all of this, but in a way that is like sustainable and not continuing to like um you know stress me out or put me in debt, or um be like a waste of like my time or my bandmates time, depending on like if it's like a shitty show or some weird thing, which that stuff's kind of bound to happen. But like
Mhm.
there's just so much like, I don't know, I'm like really hyper analyzing the like um how do I want to phrase this, just like the why,
Mhm.
like the why am I doing this, it's always been, again, because I have to, because I love it, because what else would I do?
Mhm.
But like trying to actually figure out like what that really means and be able to put that into words other than because I have to. Because like, what does that mean? What do you mean you have to?
It, you, I can't explain it unless you're also in the same boat. Like it's so hard to explain. Like it's literally just like a feeling. Because if I don't do it, I do get anxious or depressed or anything like that. It's like it's just like lives there. It's always there in the back of my head, in my heart. It's just
Yeah.
like I have to do it. Um, I will be unhappy, and when I get unhappy in those senses, it's not good. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like just, again, I mean, just going back, burnout. But you're putting out a new album.
I am. You want to see it?
Yeah. Let's go, buddy.
So, like I said, this is the first half.
Oh, wow. It's already manufactured and everything.
Yep, it's the first half of the album. I got shirts too. It's the album cover.
Oh, wow. Look,
Yeah.
he's fucking ready to go.
Yep. Bam.
The first half of the album, there's like fucking 20 tracks on this.
13.
Jesus Christ.
So the full album is Tidal Waves and Wildfires. I came up with Wildfires first. Tidal Waves came second, but Tidal Waves felt more of like a beginning thing, and I did kind of vibe it off of the season.
Yeah.
That's for you.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Thank
This
you.
is also for you.
Oh my God. Thank you.
I just assumed large.
Extra large.
I'll get you extra large.
Okay.
Afterwards, yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
You're like, well, thank you for assuming large.
yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. We're I'm a couple Big Macs away from a double XL, probably, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And both are based on. So you were talking about like vibe, and I've already wrote a song like that, you know. but I'm doing it where I'm writing a whole album around the same kind of concept-ish.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Or Tidal Waves was more like, these are the things that will crash on top of you. And if you're not careful or you don't work at that, you will drown, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's about like all those tidal waves, constant ones that hit you and how you get back up from it. And then Wildfires is, I view relationships, whether it's parental, romantic, friendship, or relationship with yourself, as like a fire. You either stoke it and it continues, or sometimes it dies out, or sometimes it becomes out of control like a wildfire. So first half is more about me. The second half is more about my relationship with others, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be a director's cut. I'm pretty excited about that.
What is that? What does the director's cut mean?
So like, I know you like film. I really like film. And I like when, like, for example, Justice League, or no, was it Justice League? The Zack Snyder one that was like, everybody hated it until the director's cut came out and it was like 10 times better. You're like, what the fuck did he do? But yeah, I like, not that anybody's going to hate this or whatever.
Sure.
But I like the fact that I can, because they are two separate albums but the same at the same time, I like the fact that I can put it all in one space and then reorder it.
Oh, sure. So like the songs are kind of mixed together in a different way. And
yep. And see,
maybe there's an extra one.
Yep.
Or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And see if the vibe changes, you know? Yeah. It'll be pretty fun, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got this guy, his name's Freako Rico. He does like art and stuff like that. He made album arts for Action Bronson's Mr. Wonderful, Baby Blue. He did some art for Lord Sco, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick. Like, I was like, I'm just gonna reach out to him because I like his art. It's like R. Crumb style.
Okay. Yeah.
And he hit me back, and so the album art is already done for the director's cut.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited about that. But then I'm also working on, like, because a lot of my music is, I don't want to say like soft, but it's more like emotion based. You know, it's more like my, how do I say this, my experience through life, like good and bad things, but it's more like, I don't know, just like heart wise. And I don't have many things that are just like, this is hype, you know? So I'm working on another album that'll be more hype stuff, you know? And I've put a few of the singles out already. Like there's Rock Salt, Wembenyama, Word Salad. Like those are all like a part of that one. It'll be the Dark Bazaar, not bizarre, but bazaar, like market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So many plans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Hopefully, like, because I figured like if I continue, I'm at week 29 for writing and recording a song a week, not just writing. If I continue on that path, I'll get 52 by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much 4 albums right there, you know? So I'm trying to like fulfill that and like keep a promise to myself.
Are you feeling like you're using everything that you're writing?
Yeah. Yeah. For the most part, there's like some verses that are like I cut in half because I overwrote for that song.
Yeah.
And then I puzzle piece it together. There's some stuff that I have like in a thick notebook that I wrote like 5 years ago. I'm like, I still like that line and I'm going to put it in here, you know? So there's stuff like that. But do you mean like everything I'm writing as putting on an album? Or
Yeah. I was just like, you know, like, is like, I guess a better question would be like, do you feel confident that like every single song that you write will be released publicly? There's not any of them that you'll think you'll just kind of maybe keep for yourself, or maybe you feel like it doesn't really fit on anything?
There's 2 that I do not like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I either have to rewrite it or just chop it up to like, all right, there's going to be some errors.
Casualties of war.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's okay. But I kept a promise to myself that I did write and record that week, you know? Yeah. Like I'd even try like naming it when it came. I was like, I fucking hate this. I kind of like regressed to the point where I mentioned where I was like obsessing on like what this line is and like how this is sounding, the tone that's coming out. And I spent like 3 hours on trying to like get this one song done. And by the end of it, I was like, I fucking hate this song. I'm never gonna listen to it again. And surely enough, that happened. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do have
Yeah.
that time of regression sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I think that there's like it took time for me to kind of be able to like feel out something in the moment and be able to tell in the moment if it's right or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like being able, even if I like spent time writing something, like actually by the time I'm like in a studio, like trying to record it and lay it out, like knowing right away, like, okay, this just isn't going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this just isn't good. This just ain't it. You're better off just letting it go. You know, like anytime I find myself struggling to like get the right take on something, it's probably because it's just not meant to be in some way.
Mm.
Once it passes a certain threshold, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, if you have an idea for a song and you're trying to like land the right level of emotion and like, you know, you're like fired up because you're like, I know I can get this and I know what I want to do. I'm just trying to execute it.
Mhm.
That's part of being in the studio.
Yeah.
But if you have like if you're not really having that like that genuine passion to get it right, you're more like, it's almost like if you're recording, if like desperation is guiding you in
Yeah.
the studio, like it ain't it.
Yeah.
It just ain't it.
Yeah, I agree.
And, you know, I've been there plenty of times, and I find myself more these days if we're working on stuff like right away. I'm just like, ain't it?
Yeah.
Let's don't even sit there and try to phrase it differently or do. It's just ain't it. Move on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's a good thing to have. It's good. It's a hard thing to learn too. Um, I think every artist should do that. You know, even if it's a painting or I don't know, new T-shirt design. Like if it's not it, it's not it.
Yeah, I think that there's
It's just acceptance. It goes back to acceptance.
there's a delicate balance of ego as a creator. I think ego in a lot of ways is important. I think maybe ego can be just another word for confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And you need that, right? You need to have some level of confidence, some level of being able to hype yourself up and motivate yourself to be the best that you can be.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, nobody is going to do that.
Totally.
But you. Yeah.
Yeah. And it almost feels counterintuitive though, to in the same breath be like, well, you need to be able to like tell yourself that you're doing that it isn't it, that your idea was bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it's like the idea is to hype yourself up. What do you mean I'm supposed to tell myself if something's bad?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's the balance.
Yeah.
You know, and having enough ego to like have confidence, but not so much ego that you lose self-awareness, that you can't like read the room of your own thoughts, that like this isn't a good idea. What you're doing doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
Just because it's your idea doesn't mean it's a good idea.
Yeah.
And telling yourself that, I think it could be hard.
Very much so. It just goes back to like a relationship with yourself and self-love, self-care. You got to be able to work through some of the hardest stuff, even if you don't want to, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all aspects of your own life, whether it's relationship issues or family issues or like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that there's a lot of, it's interesting. I think that if I told some people that like, I think like going through the experiences that I have as an artist has like made me a better like human being in general, that might seem like laughable.
Yeah.
But for me, I feel like that's like super true. Because like it sounds so cliche, but it's like I was like raised by art, and like I became myself in my whole identity as like a kid through a teenager now to being a 92-year-old man.
Mm.
I fucking, it's all been like shaped off of um how my dedication to the craft has like taught me to be like responsible in other aspects of my life, and to like and how the relationships that I've fostered working with bandmates or promoters or things like that have like changed the way that I interact with like family members or coworkers, or I've like developed like such a strange sense of like empathy and understanding just from like working with other artists
Mhm.
and like being around people that share the same values as me and just want to create stuff, versus like getting that from like a more standard source, like a loving home, or like a good like going to a good school or anything like that. Like I didn't have any of that, you know, so it was a lot of just, I don't know, figuring it out myself. And like I think there's a part of all of that, like a deeper thing in all of that, which is like maybe that's part of the reason why I can't let it go. Like why I can't not do music.
Mhm.
Maybe that's part of the answer, is that like when I say that like the music is me, or like creating stuff is me, it's because like genuinely like that's how I like learned to be a functioning person.
Yeah.
And like how I learned to communicate with the world was
Yeah.
through creativity of some sort.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It is also finally a way that I can communicate with myself, because I'm trying to figure out these emotions that I'm feeling, and then I don't even know how to communicate through words when I'm talking to somebody. Like if it's like a breakup or something like that, I don't even know what to say, and then I'll write a song. I'll be like, "Why did I just say that? What the what the hell, dude?" Yeah. It's like it is in there. It's just like a way to finally get it out. You know, it's like it's very interesting. Um, it's a form of like self therapy. Yeah, that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that is a good way to look at it. It's like really important, I think, for me right now to, especially at this particular stage of my life and where I'm at in my journey, is to not let this stuff that is like supposed to be positive become something that I end up like hating
Yeah.
or resenting. And like, you know, it could get close. It gets close sometimes for sure.
Hmm.
You know, you get things get noisy, and it's just kind of like why am I doing this? Why am I doing any of this? Why, you know, it's so much sometimes, but again, I think that's just a natural part of trying to do all of this
Hmm.
yourself.
Yeah.
Is there's going to be a lot of moments of
Doubt.
hyper analysis and self doubt.
Yeah.
All that too. Kind of like the downfall of like being, again, I guess that goes back to the ego, because it's like I feel like I know when something is like good or something's bad, or when something's working or when something's not. But there's those moments where it's like you don't want to you don't want to open your eyes to the reality that you already know. It's like in the
Hmm.
back of your head, you know it's there,
Yep.
but you're like, well, I'm not going to say that out loud, even though you know it. So you just pretend that it's not there. But it's like, you're not stupid.
Yeah.
You know what's going on. And you know the reality of the situation. Like you're a smart guy, but you'll like ignore it because like you don't want to have to deal with or process that reality in that moment. So
Mhm.
you just,
Or you want an alternate reality, you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
just, you know, hope that it'll change in some way. Um, which I mean, it generally doesn't, unless you initiate the change yourself in some
Yeah.
way. But
Or
that's a lot of vague nuance.
yeah, or life just has its way of changing and working itself out. sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that fortunately or unfortunately, again, it's just art. It's not that serious. Like I think that for me, it is in a lot of aspects like a large majority of what I have, whatever that means, is my art. But if I need to like take a step away from it for a bit, or if things don't go as planned or as hoped with like a release or whatever, like it's not the end of the world. I think that I need to be I'm generally just like happy to be creating and to be in a environment with a community of people that I feel are like-minded, that I get along with, that like make me feel less alone in the world,
Mm-hmm.
And try not to get too caught up in the what if something really crazy happened? I don't know. What if it did happen? I'm not going to have any fucking control over it.
Yeah.
When it does happen, it's just either it's going to happen or it's going to, I don't know, or it won't. I don't know. I just want to make cool stuff and be in I guess I just want to be in I need to be right now, like in a comfortable space to even be able to create. And right now, like my life is just not comfortable, So it's like hard to kind of create or to find the time to dedicate, because I just don't have like my environment's not right now, I'm trying to change that though.
There's got to be some comfort in the uncomfortable situation. Like you can write a song about that, can't you? Yeah.
I mean,
maybe afterwards. I don't know.
maybe after.
Yeah.
I don't think I can write.
But then that's your comfort that you can look forward to.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think that I know that the situation I'm in right now is temporary.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly. I don't feel very comfortable in the uncertainty that I'm in at this exact moment right now, because there's a lot of possibilities, and I'm trying to like weigh out all of these different options. Well, like if if plan A comes to fruition, then I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. But if it ends up having to be plan B, then my X, Y, and Z are totally different. And I'm trying to like map all of this out in my head and like over prepare for whatever, and it's just like, I'm exhausted with like trying to figure out all of the potential solutions to whatever the next step is going to be for me.
Yeah. I call it quantum thinking. Yeah.
I'm in a lot of that right now, and it'll be nice whenever I could just have some sort of certainty. So I know like, okay, well, this is the plan. Cause now it's like, I'm creating like a half dozen half plans. And I just need to be on like one set plan, and I guarantee you whatever ends up happening is going to be completely unrelated to anything else I've been putting all of this thought into.
Yeah. That's what's special about it though.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, I'm excited to see what happens.
Hey, me too.
Yeah. And then, like I said, if you, I don't know if you want to consider that space or look at it, I can talk to Noah. So
yeah, I guess I would need to like know more about it. Cause I have like kind of like specific needs, for things. And again, I have like some backup, again, some of my plans for where to put things and how I'm going to move things, but we'll figure that out when we get there.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I can't believe you got to play a show in a couple hours.
I do. Yeah. I got to get some Advil, my friend.
Oh no, headache.
Yeah. I got a bad one.
Fuck.
I think I wake up at like 4 or 5 every day. So I get like right to the caffeine, and I eat really early. And like when I'm off, it's the opposite. So I think that works its way in there. It's probably why I get headaches when I'm off.
Sure.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep. I'll probably find some on Ohio. Yeah. Ohio Street or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find some Advil somewhere.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, fuck. Thanks for coming by to chat today. This was a heavy one.
Yeah, it's good though.
Yeah.
I like heavy stuff.
This is not for the faint of heart by any means.
Yeah. I do think like this artist will find solace in like hearing stuff like this because they're all thinking the same thing. What you said, I've thought dozens of times, and I'm sure you've thought the same thing dozens of times.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's not all. I don't know. It's like I never like want to be the type of person that like. I don't like putting like anything remotely close to negativity out there on the internet. You'll never see me making a post complaining about shit. I'm never going to like talk shit on like food or a movie that I didn't like, let alone be like, I'm not feeling okay, you know, because that's just not, I just don't fuck with that. So like, in this format, this kind of a little bit different, maybe. I mean, I've definitely complained on the podcast before, but, yeah, I think that it's just, I don't like, I feel weird being so like transparent, even though I know that it's like different. I'm not like coming from like some type of like, I just want to complain about things or look at me, you know, I don't know. I'm just talking, just sharing my feelings.
Yeah. That's a good thing though.
But I still feel bad about it. I feel bad talking about my feelings with the world because it's like who the fuck do you think you are, Brian? You're just a guy.
Did you grow up in a situation where it wasn't okay to share your feelings?
I wouldn't say that it wasn't okay, but I don't think anybody would listen.
Yeah I've been in that situation as well. Yeah so like when I do say my feelings, I feel like I either need to hold back or I'm just not going to get listened to. So it's like a learned trauma response, you know? Yeah. And I think there's going to be people that relate to anything you've said today.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
And if not, fuck them. It's my show.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, huh? Yeah.
Fuck you. All right. Well, Abstract Theory.
Yep.
Tidal Waves coming soon.
July 24th.
Yeah, this episode's going to be up on Wednesday. So that's what, the day before?
Yep, day before.
Yeah. So
let's get it.
Yeah, check it out. Tidal Waves on any of your preferred streaming platforms.
Yep.
Yeah, it's right here, baby.
Boom.
And
insert the Pornhub.
Yeah, that's funny.
Beginning sound.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. All right. Well, I'm gonna let you get over to your fucking show.
Cool.
Hell yeah. And with that being said, that is all, folks. Thanks so much for being here. One more time, Abstract Theory in the building.
Woo woo.
I'll be back again next week, maybe, with another episode. Same time, same place, same channel. You know the drill. My name is Brian Sykes-House. Start the Beat is the podcast. 2025 is the year. And until next time, take care of yourselves. I can really listen to that advice. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I forget what I say. Whatever. Take care of yourselves. Take care of the people around you. Peace. That was a podcast.
Woo.
Yeah.